What's up, guys? My name is Mr. 2SIK. Welcome back to another podcast on 2SIK's podcast. I'm here with my boy Dark Harbor.
What's up, everybody? It's Isaiah. I'm the owner of Dark Harbor Pomade. Check us out on Instagram, Dark Harbor Pomade. Yeah, check us out and see what you guys think.
All right, Isaiah. So, how long have you owned this pomade company?
Started back in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What made you want to get into like the pomade and the hair product industry?
honestly, it was by accident. So I started off trying to figure out what I want to do as a business owner, but never knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I started kind of dabbling overseas, seeing what I could get. So I actually started off with wallets. So I was
Okay.
selling little metal wallets. I was paying like 450 for and selling them for like $25. I was making like $20 and I was just kind of selling them to friends, whatnot. And then my buddy in Escondido was like, "Hey, dude, you're always getting a haircut every week. Why not just start your own pomade company?" And I was like, I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know nothing about pomade. I'm not even a barber. I don't know nothing about hair. And he's like, "Well, just try it, dude. See if you can do it." And then I somehow figured it out. And 2 years later, here I am in 200 locations selling
Hey,
them.
shout out to Dark Harbor. See, um, where'd the name come from, bro?
It's just one of those things where it just hit me out of nowhere. I really don't know. I was trying to figure out what I could base it off of. I mean, I spent so many hours seeing like brands that were out there, the most known ones, Tip Top, Suavecito. And I was like, what can I come up with that's a little bit different? Honestly, I'm like, well, I live by Oceanside. I'm always at the beach, and I'm like, it just me like, hey, Dark Harbor Pomade. I'm like, that and it's stuck since then.
Okay, okay. So, here we have all your pomades. Which one's which, and what do they do, and how can you describe their smells?
So I have three pomades. So my top seller is gonna be the Caribbean rum, which is like I said, top seller. Everybody buys that one. It's a medium hold, low shine. If you're used to like Suavecito or Tip Top, it's similar to that, but it's not as sticky. A lot of people love the smell. It's very, how would you say, like more earthy, more settled.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but
It's just one of those
it
smells that
has
people like.
yeah, it has like a more of a cologne smell.
Yeah,
Like that's the only way I could put it. It has like a cologne smell, and people like rubbing it in their hands and throw it in their hair, and then they smell their hands, because
yeah.
they like the smell. But
It's a good traditional pomade if that's what you're used to. Uh, I did have these engineered, which is our gel pomade. So I offer two, the original and the Black Sea. So the Black Sea is more stronger in cologne scent for those who want a pomade that smells really nice. Honestly, I get a lot of people tell me like, "Hey, do I get so many compliments with it?" So a lot of people like that one. So this one is gonna be our original. It's a lot more settled. It's not as strong scented, but it won't contradict with the cologne if you go out.
okay,
Like I said, it's a gel pomade, which means it's a mix of both the worlds. It works. It feels like gel and it works like pomade. Water soluble, strong hold, low shine. It'll last you all day, and once you wash it out, it just leaves your hair feeling soft.
okay, yeah. I got like two or three clients that come in here, and they buy this every time they come. Right, like it's. I got a lot of people that buy it, but I got like certain clients that will come in and grab one off the shelf, like, hey,
Yeah,
how much is a cut? And then I'll tell them, oh, it's this, it's 46 for the cut. They're, oh, how much for the pomade is, it's so and so. Okay, cool. They'll grab one every time. They say, I don't need it, but I don't. They always tell me I don't ever want to get caught without one
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because, like, for them, like, we're the only shop that sells it to them. Like, I try telling them, oh, go online. Like, oh, I don't want to go online. You get them older cats. That, hey, I just want to come in here, get a
Yeah,
cut, grab my
more
pomade, and
easy.
go. But I feel like this is one of the better pomades, and I think it's legit, bro, because like not a lot of pomades have came out of like North County.
No, no,
You know
man.
what I mean? But I feel like your product, and ever since I met you, like that's all we've been rocking with. Like
Yeah, like 2 years ago
yeah,
now is
yeah,
when we met. Yeah,
yeah. Just been rocking with Dark Harbor, and it's one of those products that I feel like even if you're not a hair person or a person that really, really cares about how you do your hair, like if you hop on one of this, just like a small was like a pea size amount, throw
yeah.
that in your hair, you'll be straight. So what's next for Dark Harbor?
Well, right now we're actually working on gel. So we have a couple prototypes we've been working on. So that's next on the pipeline. And we want to expand more into like aftershaves, clays. Little by little, step by step. I mean, it's an expensive process. So with us, like Yeah, we're a small company. We're out in North County, but people don't really understand, how we do our product. So a lot of our product is a lot of people think it's made in a kitchen or it's made cheaply. Our stuff is made in a legit facility. So it's a big facility where it's a professional, legitimized chemical company, and we do it the right way. So our stuff is compatible, if not as good as leading brands out in the industry.
Okay, okay. Are you gonna come out with like a limited edition one
Yeah, so
anytime soon?
yeah, every month we kind of like to spice things up, or every now and then with different labels. So like with this one is our Black Rose edition. So we kind of like to add different limited editions to get people hyped up on designs because I mean our stuff's based off old school tattooing, and there's just endless designs, and we love it. So every now and then we like to spice things up with new designs. Same product, but just new designs.
And every single one of these is like water soluble and all
Yeah,
that,
all of
right?
them are water soluble. None of them are oil based.
So they're not like Murray's, or they're not like that those other
No.
ones that you gotta use that soap that they use on like the
Yeah.
ducks that are covered in oil.
Yeah, no, no. This stuff you put in your hair, it works. It holds 24 hours. I mean, it'll last you up to 48, if not 36 hours if you don't like shower. But I mean, it goes that long. But yeah, no, it's water soluble and it washes out real easy. It doesn't stick. It's the consistency of these really creamy. So it's a well-rounded pomade in general.
So like if you like let's say I styled my hair right and then I messed it up by putting on like a sweater because it got
Yeah,
cold or
yeah,
whatever. I could go in and add a little bit of water and
yeah.
reactivate it,
A
right?
little bit of water, not too much. Couple sprays and you're good to go. Just shave it and you're good to go. Yeah.
So what's the proper amount that you should go in there and apply to your hair? Like the one that okay, this is all you need. You don't need to overdo it or whatever.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because everybody has different hairstyles or different, way that they want to style their hair. I mean, usually for me, I kind of do like a traditional tight comb over. Usually I use like a nickel size worth of product, a little bit of water if I need to add more, but it's not too much. It all depends on your type of hairstyle you want to go for.
Okay, okay.
And honestly, believe it or not, a lot of people are actually using our gel pomade for braids. We don't promote it that way, but since the consistency is a lot more creamier to use as
Yeah,
a
this is
low
the
shine,
one like one of the original ones, right?
yeah, that's the original one I first started off with. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one. This was always been a good one. So as far as Dark Harbor, what are the what other events are you gonna be at that we can go and check out your stuff, or like any barber events, any conventions, any of that stuff, or you still haven't planned any of that out?
Not too much, honestly. Like this year, I mean, last year we did a lot of events. Um, this year we might do the San Diego Lady Barber Expo. We did it last year, and that was great. Little pop up ones here and there. Right now, we're kind of focusing on more dialing down the company on marketing, opening up more platforms. Like I said, we're working on opening up Amazon accounts, just different avenues in which we can make it easier for consumers to purchase our product.
Okay,
So we're
okay.
trying to just more of the technical side is what we're working on right now.
But you don't just work towards the consumers. You also care about the barbers that use your stuff,
Yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah, like
What is something you got up your sleeve? Because we talked about a little bit about it. I
yeah,
don't know if you want to say it or not, but you got a little something coming out pretty soon, right?
yeah. So one of the guys,
And shout out to you.
so
You know who you are.
yeah, shout out to
Shout out
yeah,
shout out to shout out to you, Mister. We know who you are, but
yeah. No, we got a limited edition label coming out with our original. One of the barbers that supports our brand and we promote a lot on our side. Yeah, I know. And this week, and we're going to be doing a photo shoot with them, so it's going to be good. This edition is going to be targeted more towards Latinos, more Chicano. So a lot of the stuff we have is honestly people think it's more Americanized, more traditional tattoos. So
yeah.
this one's going to be more for the Latino base.
Okay.
So it'll be good.
Okay. So shout out to the homie. You know who you are. You know. But yeah. So what can you tell me like about the differences in your pomades? Like what's the difference between this one and what's the difference between this one? Because
Uh, yeah.
this one's very different than this in the consistency wise, right?
hmm So with the Caribbean rum, it's a lot more, you can say, stickier than the original. So if you use other traditional pomades, like you say, like Layrite, Suavecito, the common brands, it's similar to theirs, but not as sticky. So like I said, it's like it feels like your traditional pomade. That one's like you said, a medium hold, medium shine. it's what I use a lot, and then this one's gonna be more creamier. So it doesn't even feel like a pomade. It's really easy to work, and we kind of base that one for consumers because a lot of people come from gel, and when they want to transition to pomade, they don't know how to use it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they're like,
They go in there, they dip all their fingers in there.
yeah,
They're like, hey man, like I don't know why I buy this much, bro. It's just
yeah,
I go through it like in 3 days or some crazy thing like that.
yeah. Because a lot of people come from like using like Mocha de Gorilla and all these
Yo, bro,
offerings.
they had like a lawsuit, bro, because of their
Yeah,
pH.
yeah. It's I've heard it's not the greatest for your hair, but yeah. So a lot of people want to come from gel into pomade and don't know how to use it properly. So we kind of had this one made for consumer. So it's a consistency a lot more creamier. It's easier to use. Doesn't tug on your hair. And it'll give you a strong hold with a low shine.
Okay, okay. So what does it take? Because we don't gatekeep around here. What does it take to start your own product?
Honestly,
How
it's
hard
yeah.
was it? How hard was it? And just keep it real, bro. Just how hard was it?
It was tough. I won't lie. I mean, there will be times where I had doubt, where I'll be up till 3, 4 in the morning, working on designs, trying to do the numbers. Like, does it is it gonna work?
Is it
Am
gonna?
I that guy? I mean, like you see all these people on social media that could do this, do that, have their own brand, and for me, I was like, am I capable of doing that? Can I be that guy? Because I always thought about having an idea, like a brand, but I never followed through with it because my biggest struggle was procrastination. But honestly, it wasn't easy. It was discipline, just hours putting in your work and research. I mean, before I started, actually got the final product. I mean, I spent 2 months, 3 months of research and development, testing it out, getting feedback, see if people like it. Because all this is custom formula. So it was
Yeah,
trial and error, trying to see, what works,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
What isn't too sticky? What doesn't flake up? All
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like, my biggest issue was like, I don't want to flake because that's the thing that a lot of people talk bad about. Like, oh, your product flakes. I mean, I'll like sleep with it in my hair. I'll put a beanie on, put a hat, I'll mess with it, just make sure like I put so much time and research into it to make sure like it was like up to date with everybody else in the lead in the industry.
Okay,
So
so you actually did it because it was gonna be a product that you were willing to buy.
yeah,
It
yeah,
wasn't just something like, oh, I'm gonna create something, see if they buy it or not. No, it
yeah,
was something that you were like, all right, I gotta be cool with what I'm putting out.
yeah,
It's
one hundred
not
percent.
I'm not just putting it out just to put it out.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, when I first started, it wasn't to make money or be like, oh, like showboats. It was more to prove myself that I could do something that I never thought I could do. So I was like, let's give it a shot. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out. I mean, at least I made that step that most people will never do. Because most people just think about it. A lot of people just dream about an idea, but never act on it. So me, I'm like, it's like I'm gonna take that step and prove myself that I'm able to create something, and that I can share with other people that will enjoy it as much as I do.
No, well, I feel like I'm one of those guys, man. Like I
Yeah.
swear, like I felt I got like a million dreams, but so much amount of time. But I feel like once you guys try this product out, man, it's like it's not just because he's my boy, and it's not because he's just a local guy. Like I didn't like when we started rocking with your product, bro. I
Yeah.
didn't even know you, right? We
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
we didn't even know each other beforehand. It
No,
just happened to be, oh, so and so,
it was a
oh,
referral. Yeah,
you
referral.
know so and so, so and so, and as soon as we started rocking with your stuff, bro, like we locked in, man, and we don't, as you can see, we don't carry anybody else's stuff. Like this is
No,
this is all we
yeah.
carry. Like we stand behind Dark Harbor Pomade, and this is all we're gonna support at 2SIK Barbershop. And if you ever catch me with another product, you can come and take it off the shelf for free. I swear to God. So Dark Harbor, that's what you need to rock with. And if you're not rocking with us, you're sleeping on us. But that's just what it is. And to another point, what is one of the hardest things that you came across like starting your own company, not just like let's say like okay, you could have sold flowers, you could have sold
Yeah.
shoes, you could have sold whatever you're selling. Like starting your business, what was one of the hardest things that you came across?
I mean, for me in general was making the step to do it. Just committing to it.
Just starting
Yeah, committing. Because I mean, most people will make the excuse that I can't afford
tomorrow
it, or
or tomorrow.
tomorrow, or the next I can't afford it because of this situation, or this and that, or it's like excuses. So me, it was like the biggest thing was just making that first step to be like, okay, I'm gonna go forward with it. I'm not gonna back down. I'm just like we're here for the full ride. Just go full on with it. So that was the biggest thing. And then after that was just, you know, Because as far as like everything you see with the designs, I design everything. So the labeling, the fonts, the everything you see is designed by me. Other than like some of the complex logos, I mean, I will hire somebody for that because I'm not the best artist. But I mean, from beginning to now, I've designed everything myself, and that was really hard because I didn't rely on anybody.
So how hard is it to just come up with like logos? Because people don't know how hard it is, bro. People don't know how hard it is
Yeah,
to not even just come up with a logo, but to come up with a logo that somebody else hasn't created and
yeah.
just stay relevant.
Yeah, I know it's just endless research and trying to see which. Honestly, when it comes to like the funny thing about me when it comes to designs, it's like it just pops up. For some reason, I'm just like that sounds good. That sounds good. It's like designs pop up pretty easy for me. I never really struggle with designs because honestly, like the only thing I ever learned in high school. I mean, I was not a, like a smart. I was not. I was like an average student, CB student. The only thing I took away from high school was Adobe Illustrator, which is honestly the only skill I've used that's helped me in my company so much. Because with that, I'm able to kind of create all these designs. And as far as going back to is it hard to make a design? Not really. I never really struggled with it to be honest. Most people will because you got to make sure that it's not copyright. Because a lot of people don't take in consideration the legality side of it.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
people think like,
They just think, oh, we're gonna start with this, and whatever
yeah,
comes with it, that's what we're gonna deal. But
yeah, people don't understand like the trademarks, making sure that nobody has it. Because the last thing you want is getting a letter that hey, you're using somebody else's logo, and next thing you know, you're getting sued. There's a lot of like a lot of legality sites that a lot of people don't see, that people don't take consideration. That's why a lot of people end up running short because of that.
yeah, okay. So how hard was it getting into a shop once you had the product, once you were like, okay, this is good enough, this is what we're gonna move forward with, which is was this one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you had this, when you created this, what was like the hardest way to get into a shop, or where'd you get where was your product in the first time, like what establishment was it at?
First shop I ever sold it to was Hater's Choice in Vista,
Okay,
and the only reason,
shout out to Hitter's Choice
yeah,
for rocking with my boy.
for yeah, first shop, good friends of mine. The owner's really cool. I'm really cool with the guys. I mean, these support me a lot. So shout out to them. Yeah, no, like one of my buddies I went to school with works there part time. He's like, hey, dude, just talk to the owner. I mentioned it. See what they say. And I'll be honest, like when I loaded my car and I was driving there and I parked right in front of the shop, I was like crapping bricks because I'm like, dude, like I have no idea how I'm gonna go about this. I'm not a barber. If they ask me questions about this and that, it's like, dude, how am I gonna answer? Like I don't know anything about hair, like at all. Because that's the number one question people ask me: Are you a barber? I'm like, no, never touched clippers in my life. And I was sitting there, I'm like, dude, how am I gonna do this? Like if they tell me no, it's like how am I gonna take it? Because like I put so much hours, I put thousands of dollars into. I'm like, shoot, like this
This
is
is
the
it.
first
This is
step.
the make it or break
Yeah,
it
this is a
moment.
make it or break it because it's like this is not gonna be the first or the last time I visit a shop or try to get the product in. So and I went and I opened the door and it was a busy day. I think it was like a Saturday, and everybody was just staring at me. I was like, oh crap. And then I'm like, hey, I'm looking for the shop owner. He's oh, it's me. Then I talked to the guy. I'm like, hey, this is my product. Yeah, your barber referred me. I'm his buddy. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm new. I'm like, honestly, you guys are the first shop. I mean, let me know what you guys think. And from there, he liked it, and we kind of built a business relationship. And I started kind of like growing out of that shell, and then it just got easier.
So the first shot was the hardest. The first shot was
Yeah,
the hardest to get into, and after that, it was just like, all right,
yeah. It was like because I mean, it's kind of different because every shop has a different style or different way. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different personality. So it's kind of like trying to navigate through that. It's a little tough sometimes.
no, but I feel like as barbers, bro, like no matter what kind of barber you are, like
Mm.
there's people are always gonna ask you for traditional American
Yeah,
haircuts. That's just
100%.
no matter what. Like you
Yeah,
got one right now, bro.
yeah,
Like it's just a little bit more modernized, right, with the hard part and the lineup
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that stuff. It's technically a comb over, but I feel like once the client like actually like client as the shop owner like
yeah,
touches your stuff and it's like okay, like you get a certain feel to, at least for me, you get a certain feel to like products to realize, hey, you know what, this is gonna work on this type of hair, and this is gonna work on this.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why I think it also goes back to like you say that braiders love this one
Yeah,
because they know like the products that they like working with. So as soon as
for
they
sure.
touch that, they're like, oh, okay, this is gonna work for this. This is gonna work for that. So back to you being back in the shops and all that. Has it been hard dealing with competition like other pomade companies?
Honestly,
Is there like this undisclosed beef in between those?
honestly, to be honest, I would say no. I mean, for me, it's like yeah, there's competition out there. There's other brands that are huge or other people trying to come up. At the end of the day, it's like I don't got ill intent against anybody. I mean, because I know how hard it is, and I don't know the reason why they're starting a business. For all I know, they could be for whatever. Everybody has their own personal
Yeah, yeah,
reasons
yeah.
why. So I'm never dissing on anybody's hustle or never worried about another company. I mean, to be honest, if say for example mine doesn't work on somebody else's, like respect. I mean, because I know how hard it is, and if it works out for them, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I respect everybody's grind if they want to do a pomade. It's not easy, so I never have issues. I don't see other people as competition or leading brands because it's like you're in your avenue, I'm in my avenue.
Yeah,
Like
el sol sale para todos.
yeah, I'm not gonna worry about you. It's like the second I start worrying about other people or what they're doing, like why am I gonna dedicate time worrying about that when I got my own issues I got to worry about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I got so much stuff I got to do. It's like I'm gonna be worried about what they're doing or
So
what he's doing.
you're the type of guy that we all I hope we all make it. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I mean, if you want to start your own brand or somebody else, like cool. I mean, I know the grind. I know how hard it is, and instead of me being like, nah, dude, like screw that guy's product, I don't want to work with them. I'm like, hey, let's team up. What can we do? How can I help you? How can you help me? You know what I mean?
But has there been like a time where you're trying to work with someone and they just like, nah, I ain't trying to work with you, or
I've had
is this
people turn it down.
matter just for whatever reason? Like they don't even give you the time of day to hear you out on whatever you gotta speak about.
That actually happened one time. I was up in LA at a barber battle, and there were some pretty big brands there. Other people that are been in the game for a while that are known out there. I don't want to say them,
No, 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 no. That's
but
awesome.
they're big brands. Like these
Yeah,
these guys have revenue coming in. They have online stores, Amazon stores. They're legit. And I was like, man, dude, how am I gonna get it out there with all these other people in? And then I had the idea, and I told the guy that was running the event, I'm like, hey, bro, announce when they do the traditional cuts, I'll give them a free pomade, so they can use it, and I'll get the product in that way. And then the guy made the announcement. I started handing out pomade, and some guys were like, "Oh, cool, thanks, appreciate it." And a couple like, I'll hand them like, "Hey, bro, I'm a new company. Try out the product. I'm getting it for free. Let me know what you think." Some people like, "Nah, dude, I don't need that crap," and just kind of brushed it off.
oh, for
Yeah,
real, like that.
yeah, in front of a whole bunch of people. There's at least a couple, like a good 100, if not more, people there. It's like, nah, I don't need it. He's like, kind of just brush it off. I'm like,
But he was rocking with another company.
no, he wasn't. He just didn't care. He's like, I'm doing my own stuff. I don't need your stuff. But he's like, I don't need it. I don't want it. But it's like I didn't take it to heart. So I mean, it's like it is what it is, and everybody's gonna
Yeah, yeah.
they're not gonna ride with it. You know what I mean?
Not
Like
everybody's gonna rock with you. Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
accept it.
But there's gonna be more people that are gonna rock with you than people
Yeah,
that aren't gonna rock with you. You know?
yeah. I mean, you get that. I felt a little stab. Like like damn, dude. It's like I spent this is like my baby. I've spent so much money into it. It's like obviously people are not gonna see it the same way you do. You know what I mean? When you're a business owner,
Of course not, because
yeah,
it didn't
that's
cost them anything. Of course
yeah.
not. It didn't cost them all those late nights. It didn't cost them all those times where you were struggling and thinking, hey, you know what, man, this is really gonna work out. Is it worth it? Or am I gonna come up and go
Yeah,
down? They don't care, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna care if it doesn't benefit them, and nobody's gonna care if they didn't put anything towards it. And that's just in any scope of business, I
yeah,
feel like.
100%. Yeah, and it won't affect them anyway whether I make it or don't. It won't
So how
affect them
many
anyway.
barbers are in that traditional? So what he's talking about is a barber battle.
Yeah,
Um, at the barber battles, there's plenty of categories. Usually, one of the categories is traditional. Traditional haircuts: a pompadour, slick back, comb over, any traditional American haircut. And then there's other categories like fastest fade, cleanest fade, freestyle design, tag team, and so on and so on. So he just came in at that battle where there was a traditional haircut going on, which is usually traditional haircuts are styled with pomade or hairspray or whatever. So he came in and he was like, "Hey, you know what? This my name is so and so. I came with this product. You know, I'm gonna give you guys one so you guys can try it out." But out of how many people were there
doing the
competing?
I want to say like 15 barbers.
And out of those 15, how many told you no?
So like six of them, six, seven of
Okay,
them,
so out of 15, 6 or 7
like
told you
half of them.
that's still more. You're still on the plus side. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
eight
yeah.
people that didn't know about you. Now they know about you. Like now there's another guy that one day when
But
you
get,
make it, once you
yeah,
make it, they're gonna look at you like, damn, bro, like I passed this for what?
yeah, no, hundred
Over
percent.
nothing. They didn't even give you the time of day, and they
Yeah,
didn't even know you. Like they just looked at. But that's why I feel like the barber game is messed up, man. Some people have their hair too far up.
it's an ego thing, and
Yeah,
it's
of
fine. I
course.
mean, it is what it
But
is.
you shouldn't be like that
Yeah,
because there's gonna be a point where one day I'm gonna need you, just like that day you needed them, right? That
yeah,
day you were starting off and you didn't really need them, but if they helped you out, technically you needed them. But if they
yeah,
helped you out, it would have benefited you in so much that you didn't even ask them for nothing. You're willing to give out your stuff for free, like
yeah.
like if you see a stranger out in the street, how much is it? Oh, it's this much. Now you see someone, hey, you know what? I'm willing to give you
Free
some of
product.
my
Yeah,
stuff. Just let me know. It wasn't even, oh, I'll give you one if you buy one.
yeah, yeah. No,
It-
this was free. Like, hey, try it out. But the funny part was those guys that took it ended up giving me referrals. Ended up having people out of LA, Orange County, like, hey, like my buddy gave me this pomade in a competition he gave him, and I want to buy 12 of them. I want to sell it. So from those 7 guys, I ended up selling over 100 units
just off of
just
giving
referrals.
7 free
Yeah,
pomades, that's more than what? That's more than what 100% in sales, right? Right? Because you gave 7 free away,
yeah,
and
and
you
I've
and you sold 100 of them.
yeah, a little over 100.
Okay.
Yeah. So it worked out, For me, it's like I'm the type of guy where I don't want to burn bridges. I want to keep it cool with everybody, no matter what it is. I mean, whether even if you only do traditional cuts or you do more enhancements or color, like I try to keep it cool with everybody because you don't know what that door can open up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
know who knows who. So for me, that's kind of like one thing I'm trying to work on this year is talk to everybody. Like when I go to the gym, I'll see people doing their hair or using. So I'll see them like, hey, how do you like it? Yeah, have you heard of this company? Like that's like what I try to do is talk to everybody because you never know who's gonna be who. And I'm the type of guy where it's like I want to go home sleeping like, damn, what if I did this? I don't like being that guy.
yeah.
What
You don't
if?
want to live in the what if, bro.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta you gotta do it because hey, the what ifs, bro. The what ifs can drag you, and I'll
yeah,
tell you that they can drag you because when I was opening my shop, like I always said, what if, like what if it doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? And and this past December we've been 2 years. Like if I
yeah,
would have stuck in the what ifs, I probably would have been stuck in somebody else's shop. And yeah, I didn't have to worry about a light bill, insurance bill, none of that. But then I would have, had to succumb to other
yeah.
people. It's like, hey, you got to be here at this time and do this and this and that. So I get what you mean. And was it worth it? That's a big question. Is it has it been worth it to you?
And honestly,
And
yeah,
it's not even like monetary gain. It could be like notoriety. It could be like status. It could be like people knowing you. Hey, you're the Dark Harbor guy. It could be that.
yeah,
Because some people don't, like you said, you didn't do this for the money. You just did it to see like if you
stuff
could
like
do it
yeah,
because over a brand, right? And
yeah,
it became fruitful to you.
yeah. No, has it been worth it? Yeah, 100% it's been worth it. I mean, like I said, I never did it for the money at all. I mean, it's been good enough to the point where it's funding itself. I'm able to afford new projects. I don't have to worry about tapping into my own personal pocket. Like it's recycling. It's creating money so I could put that back into it and create new projects. And it's the reason why I say it's worth it is because not because of the money, but because I got to meet a lot of people. Like I was able to make the opportunities that because I made them happen. Nobody didn't give them to me. You know what I mean? It's like I was able to meet you, a lot of the people that I sponsor, a lot of the people I go to events with. Like I created opportunities myself. So it's cool because you can't buy experience. You know what I mean?
No, no,
You
no.
can't
Of
put a
course not.
price on that.
Yeah, yeah,
To
of
be able
course.
to
Because
go somewhere and share something with you, and people like, oh, I seen you around. I like that stuff. Like, I'm not doing it for the recognition. Like, hey, that's Stark Card. Like, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm able to meet new people.
you're just happy with people
Yeah,
rocking with your stuff,
yeah,
and it's something that you created. Like it's
yeah,
something that you came up with, and you know what? Hey, this is my stuff. Like nobody can come and be like, oh yeah, I know how to make Dark Harbor stuff. Nobody can come and do that to you. Like
yeah,
you could be like, hey, this is Dark Harbor. If it doesn't come in a bottle like this or it doesn't come from you, it's not Dark Harbor. That's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's been a variety. I mean, obviously, it's like you have your ups and your downs, but overall, I mean, the beginning was tough, getting everything done, the legal side, getting the product and making that first step. But right now, I mean, it's still a challenge, trying to get it out there. But I enjoy it. I mean, being able to meet new people, go to new cities, new places, all because of I did pomade. So it's been awesome.
So you and I were talking before this, and you were telling me that you might go international, huh?
Yeah, so I've had people out of Poland hit me up, Argentina, Chile, Peru, Mexico, even some countries I never even heard of. Honestly, I don't even know where this is at.
Like, where is this on the map? Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all got the same map because I didn't know this map when I was going to school.
yeah, no, it's awesome to see that I'm able to share this with other people, other countries that like this type of style of artwork, and I get a lot of support from people internationally. But right now, it's kind of a little tough because I got to figure out how it works with like import laws and stuff. Because some
And
countries are
logistics and all that.
yeah, because some countries are picky, like Poland. Like, there's a lot of things you can't import into the country due to like certain chemicals or this or like there's some countries are very picky, and then I got to worry about they said logistics, the costs. I mean, obviously the value of the dollar here is a lot higher than other countries. So for us, like wholesale price to you is affordable, but compared to like another country
You're
who
like,
that could
nah.
be their minimum wage, it's trying to there's a lot of hurdles and a lot of like navigating. You got to like figure out like people want to buy it, but maybe they can't afford it in a different country because of to them it's a lot more it's expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just trying to navigate that way, trying to figure it out. But yeah, I am working on going international with it. Right now, I'm kind of getting to different states. Like I got people in Jersey, like I was telling you earlier, people in Texas, Arizona. I've had people in Utah. So my online store is trying to generate a lot of like consumer based people, not just shops. So it's starting to diversify a lot more.
Okay, cool, cool. But so where do you see yourself like in 5 years? Where do you see Dark Harbor? Where do you plan on taking Dark Harbor?
Honestly, 5 years from now, I see Dark Harbor being a full scale business where there's people working full time, we're shipping orders out consistently to different states, being one of the known brands in the industry. So that's the goal: getting into retailers, opening up more streams of
Revenue.
revenue as far as like getting it into like more online stores, and just diversifying the portfolio, new items. So in 5 years, that's the vision. Having our own warehouse and just going full scale distribution.
Okay, okay. And what else could you tell us about Dark Harbor? Where do you get your inspiration from? Because this isn't like a product that somebody just grabbed and just started drawing and just was
And
like, hey, you know what?
yeah,
I'm gonna see if this sticks or if it doesn't stick or so and so. What it take? Because it takes a lot, man. And I can only tell you this because like for me, like everybody would always ask me, where'd you get the name 2SIK?
yeah.
Right? They always ask me where did 2SIK come from, and I always tell everybody, my original barber name, and those who know me from barber school will know that it was Bless Hands.
Hmm.
It was just Bless Hands. Until I had one of the OG barbers cutting hair was like, hey man, why's your name Bless Hands? You don't even know how to cut. So I was like, damn, okay, you're right. I suck. I've been cutting for like a couple months. Like you're right. So I changed my name to Juan Fades, Juan Fades or Juan Designs or something like that. And I always told myself, hey, you know what, man? Like I'm gonna change my name, bro. Like to me, that was always like the barber name. Like if somebody tells you, like you gotta keep it short and simple,
Yeah,
right? So people can remember all the time.
100%.
And people would always ask me, like, well, what are you gonna call yourself? And I was like, you know what, bro? My name's gonna be I Fade Too Sick because I wanted to be like dope. And people were like, dude, but you're not even there yet. I was like, no, I'm gonna be there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna I'm gonna get to the point where I can be I Fade Too Sick. And then when all the stuff happened, when COVID hit, and I got my money up, and it was like, all right, well now you got all this money. What are we gonna do? Like, what are you gonna name your shop? Because my brother's like, we should open up a shop. We should do this, this, and that. And he asked me, what are you gonna call it? and opening a shop, because you didn't call this Isaiah's Pomade.
No.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you created it's a brand that you create so everybody
Yeah.
can adapt to it and use it and not feel like they're tied to someone. So I told them it's 2SIK Barbershop. They're like, why 2SIK? And I was because I fade 2SIK, So it
Yeah.
was 2SIK, So everybody in this building was 2SIK. Like everybody was good. Everybody, you come in here, you could sit in my chair, you could sit in so and so's chair or somebody else's chair, and it was gonna be that. But to me, it was like that moment when they told me, "Hey, you know what? You're not good enough to be blessed hands or so and so." Like that's where it all uprooted, and that's where I asked, like, where did Barber cover? Where did Dark Harbor come from? Like, it's got to come from something that you've always wanted to do, right? It's got to
Yeah.
come from like, and maybe you said it was because it was a company that you wanted to like be that guy,
Yeah.
right? So that's where it came from being
Yeah. Well, it's like it's kind of well, like the inspiration came pretty much from my pops.
okay.
So my pops growing up didn't have anything.
Shout out to Isaiah's
Yeah.
dad.
Shout out to my dad.
Hey, give thumbs up on this video.
Yeah. No. So my pops, he like he didn't come from a lot of stuff. I mean, single mother, four brothers, and he made something of himself. He went to film school, started directing movies, tried it. It's tough. It didn't work out as much as he wanted, but at least he gave it a shot. And then back in high school, senior year, I was like, I always had the idea. I'm like, man, I want to create my own brand. I want to create something cool. And he's like, well, let's do it. I'll help you. Because he's always been business savvy. He's always, talking about this, stocks. Hey, let's invest with this. Like, he's kind of like the guy I could talk to where we have the same idea. Because the problem when you talk to a lot of people that are on the same level, sounds like you're bragging. When in reality, it's like you're trying to like
when when
feed
you're
it
winning around losers, it's gonna sound like you're bragging.
100%.
So you just gotta hang out with winners, because when
100%.
you win,
Yeah, it sounds
the
like,
rest of them are winning with you.
yeah, you can
So
feed
it's
off of
like,
that.
hey, bro, like good job. Like, hey, you know what? I made 7 grand this week off of sales or whatever. Oh, cool. I hit 13. Hey, man, good for you. But I'm trying to be where you're at. Hey, man, you just gotta
Yeah,
work a little bit harder, and that's it.
Hundred
But if you're talking like crazy numbers in front of like people that are just like working 9 to 5s, spending money like on dumb stuff
yeah,
like drugs or liquor or whatever, when you tell them, hey, bro, you know what? I finally hit this, but I'm not happy with it. They're like, oh, okay, now you big shot, right? Now you somebody, right?
yeah. I get that a lot. It's like understanding the difference between a liability and an asset. So like my pops taught me that. So for him, he's the one that kind of put me in his wing, and we kind of went at it because he doesn't know anything about pomade. He's not a barber himself. I mean, he works in sales and stuff like that, but it was never like, hey, I know pomade. Let's do it. But we went for it, and he's the one that kind of helped me. And I'm a little stubborn sometimes, but he tells me like, hey, you gotta like break it down, understand what you're gonna do, what's the plan. You gotta have like a game plan. What's the next step? So he's very specific and likes to break things down and have a bulletproof plan. So that's where he kind of teaches me and inspired me to do that. And then I started dabbling into books. Honestly, I mean, for me, when I started the business, I know, dude, I only went to college for like 2 days, and then I dropped out, and then that's when I took off to LA to live up there. But like for me, I was like, am I gonna spend? I mean, I got nothing against college education; it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not
It's
it's not far. It's
for
not. It
me, it wasn't
wasn't
for
for
me.
you. Yeah.
For me, I'm like, am I gonna spend this much money going to debt doing something that I don't like, or I could take that money and try to make something of myself and build an empire that I not just share with myself, but share with family, share with loved ones, my grandparents, my you know what I mean, like where I could build something on,
Take care of everybody.
yeah, like build an empire. It's not just being selfish and I'm just blow it off on cars or materialistic stuff. Like I don't care about that. But honestly, when it comes to Dark Harbor, it's more of a building block to acquire more assets. So it is. It's like I'm not gonna just stay in the pomade. I'm a diversify into multiple streams of stuff. So I'm the type of guy that I want to build assets. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't care about having the latest shoes or dude, I don't even buy. I shop at Ross. Like I don't buy designer brands. Like my shoes will be ripped up. Like I don't care. Like I'm not there to impress people because I'm there to build something to myself. I don't care. Well, I could care less what people think, what I have or what I do. It's like nah. That's why I keep it low key in general. I mean, I'm not one to brag or post or showboat. It's like I keep it real simple and humble.
That's how I feel like everybody should move, man. But
Yeah.
so what? like what other products are coming out other than just that one we were talking about?
Yeah.
And you got any like gear, like hats, shirts, sweaters?
Yeah, no, I want to get more into
Is
apparel.
apparel in the future for Dark
100%.
Harbor?
So I mean, if you see the logo, I never put anything that says like the main logo. Like if you see this one, it doesn't say like Dark Harbor Pomade. So the reason why I did that is because I don't want people to feel left out. And what I mean by that is, it's like a common issue with guys. A lot of guys go balding. A lot of guys don't use hair product. So I kind of created a universal logo where I could diversify into a clothing brand, skateboards. I kind of want to be the next Red Bull 805 of the pomade industry. So I want to create something where a guy who doesn't have hair can rock it and not feel like, why am I wearing a Dark Harbor pomade? You know what I mean? So I kind of like, yeah, merch, skateboards, which I've done in the past with you. I gave you one,
Yeah.
hats. I mean, it's just everything's cost money, but I am looking into it. I've been going to a lot of expos in Vegas, and I've been meeting with a lot of manufacturers. So I'm looking into manufacturing apparel. I mean, I got even quoted for shoes. I mean, I met some people that are in industry where I want to be. So I kind of fed off of that. So yeah, there's a lot of things up in the pipeline that I want to do for sure.
Okay.
A lot.
All right. So I think that's it for today. Shout out to Mr. Dark Harbor, my boy Isaiah. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. You got a TikTok?
Yeah, no, we got a TikTok. I'm still
So
I'm still
so so
building on
plug
it.
in all your social medias: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of them.
Yeah, TikTok is Dark Harbor 21.
Okay,
So
Dark Harbor 21, Instagram.
yeah, Dark Harbor Pomade. There you can see the link. It'll go to our Shopify store. Email us if you have any questions. If you want to, be us carrier or spaced out. If you want to be an authorized dealer of Dark Harbor Pomade, reach out to us, message us. I'm a one man. I do everything myself. So if you DM me, I'll be the one answering.
All right, so
So
you'll be talking to the man. And that's it for today on 2SIK's podcast. Catch us on the next one. Good word, bro.